An engineering failure a mile beneath the Gulf of Mexico became America's largest offshore oil spill. The Deepwater Horizon rig drilled the Macondo well in the Gulf of Mexico, off the Louisiana coast. Deepwater Horizon was a 10-year-old semi-submersible rig, built to operate in waters up to 10,000 feet deep. At Macondo it worked in about 5,100 feet of water, drilling toward oil far below the seabed. A blowout preventer sat on the wellhead, designed to seal the well if pressure surged from below. When gas surged up the pipe, the preventer's blind shear ram failed to fully cut and seal it. On the 20th of April, 2010, the rig exploded and caught fire, killing members of the crew on board. Firefighting vessels battled the blaze on the surface as the rig burned uncontrollably offshore. The Deepwater Horizon sank on the 22nd of April, 2010, leaving the well spewing oil onto the seafloor. BP first estimated the leak at just 5,000 barrels of oil a day. President Obama called it the worst environmental disaster the country had faced, and vowed BP would pay. Satellites tracked the slick spreading across the Gulf of Mexico, visible from orbit within weeks. Crews began drilling 2 relief wells, on the 2nd of May and the 16th of May, to intercept and kill the blown-out well. Engineers built containment domes and chambers, racing to capture oil still pouring from the seafloor. The well flowed uncontrolled for 87 days before it was finally sealed. Oil reached the Louisiana coastline, fouling marshes and beaches for months afterward. The federal government estimated 4.9 million barrels of oil were ultimately released from the well. Officials vowed to hold BP responsible, promising aggressive federal oversight of the entire response. Aircraft sprayed chemical dispersants over open water, trying to break up the surface slick. By early June, oil had coated 201 kilometers of Louisiana's coast and neighboring states' shorelines. Veterinarians worked to clean oiled sea turtles and other wildlife caught in the spreading slick. Later research found the toxic compounds in the oil damaged the hearts of many nearby marine species. By summer 2010, roughly 47,000 people were mobilized across the Gulf to fight the spill. Crews spent months scraping oil from beaches and marshes across the Gulf Coast states. More than a year later, 790 kilometers of coastline across 4 states were still contaminated. BP disputed the harshest legal findings, denying gross negligence as federal court proceedings began. BP and the Department of Justice agreed to $4.525 billion in fines and other payments. Years later, many Gulf Coast workers said they still hadn't been fully paid for their losses. By 2018, cleanup, fines and claims had cost BP more than $65 billion in total.